What's up, guys? I'm the Golden Child. Welcome to what I'm reading. Pretty much right now, I'm just going to be telling you guys about the books that I'm reading, how they make me feel, and my experiences with them. I'm not going to be sharing any information about what's inside the book. If you want that information or if you want to read along with me, click the link in the description, join my book club. And with that being said, let's get into it. This is the autobiography of Malcolm X as told by Alex Haley. Alex Haley is the creator of Roots. Um, Sometime like while Roots was going on and while Malcolm X was in the public eye, he came to Alex Haley and told him like his whole story, his whole life story. And at the end of the book, he's telling Alex Haley like, I don't even expect to see the production of this book because they are after me, you know? Like people was after him while this book was being made. And it's just his whole life story. When I first read this book, the reason I picked it up is because I think I heard somebody say that Malcolm X changed his name to Malik, and he's the reason why the names Malcolm and Malik are so popular today in America. And also, like, I know about Malcolm X, like, I know his face, or I knew his face, and I heard about him, but I didn't really know his story. I think I already knew he did something for black people, but I didn't know what he did exactly. I didn't know why he was popular. So I wanted to know why. Not only that, but he's a black man. So he's somewhat of a positive role model, you know what I'm saying? He's somebody all black people should look forward to, look up to, and want to know about. So I read this book and it basically told us everything about Malcolm X. Pretty much Malcolm X, like it starts off talking about Malcolm X's parents because without Malcolm X's parents, it wouldn't be no Malcolm X. His father's name was Earl Little, and I'm not gonna talk about everything. Like I said, if you wanna read along with me, or if you wanna know what's going on in this book, join my book club. Click the link in the description. But Malcolm X's dad's name was Earl Little, and he had like 6 siblings, and I believe all of them include, or not all of them except for one, but including himself. So he had 6 siblings. 5 of them, including himself, were killed by white people. And then, not only that, but after his father died, his parents or his mom started having like it was hard for her to take care of them because again she was a woman. She was a woman, and Malcolm X was one of like 8 or 9 kids. They were a big family. After Malcolm X's father died, Malcolm X's mom couldn't find another man because other men coming into her life was like, dang, I don't wanna, I can't take on that responsibility. You know, it's easier, it's easier things out here. You know, so she couldn't find no man, and she was also struggling financially because she was a woman. White people didn't want to hire black people. Uh, she, she was one thing about her was she was light skinned. So a lot of white people, she was so light skinned that white people thought she was white until her kids came around. After they saw her kids and they saw she was black, she would get fired. So it was hard for her to hold down a job. She having money problems. So she had to get on Section 8, I think it was. Welfare. It was welfare. They had to get on welfare. So the welfare people started like coming into coming into their house a lot, and Malcolm said that they treated their family like property rather than human beings. You know, like they treated them like they was just another number in the book. I don't know how that could feel, but that's what he said. He said it felt like they treated him like property. You know, like they just looked down on him. His parents didn't eat his mother didn't eat pork. I think it was. I think his mom didn't eat pork, and she like so he didn't eat pork as a kid, but they were poor and stuff, and the neighbors will offer them food, but the food was pork, and she would turn it down. So then like the welfare people were calling him crazy, and you know what I'm saying, literally like calling him crazy. You know how disrespectful they was back then. So they was calling him crazy, all type of stuff, and yeah, like it just kept on weighing on her, wearing her down psychologically. Eventually, because again, they didn't have no food, they didn't have no money. Malcolm was hungry, so he started stealing. So basically, they think that she crazy because she's not eating pork, but we don't eat pork either. So it's like, what you gonna say? I could kind of relate to what she's saying, but so she didn't eat pork, and they thinking she crazy, and they was hungry. So Malcolm started stealing, and they basically kind of started putting her like, you know what I'm saying she was a bad mom and stuff, and again, it was just a lot of stress going on, a lot of very stressful situation. They started threatening to take away Malcolm after he started stealing. Then I believe she had like a nervous breakdown or something like that, and they all got separated. They all got separated. Malcolm X and his 9 siblings got separated, and when Malcolm got separated, he went to go stay with his family, but while he was staying with his family, something happened where the teacher like disrespected him in some way, so he decided to put a tack on the teacher's chair, and then the teacher, like when the teacher sat down and got hurt, you know what I'm saying? He jumped up and they expelled Malcolm. While Malcolm was in school, he had to deal with them calling him the N word, all type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I'm telling you, like everywhere where Malcolm felt like white people, you know what I'm saying? Like these are firsthand examples, firsthand experiences that he has with the white man treating him bad. So while he was in school, again, the teacher disrespected him. The teacher was calling him the N-word. Students calling him the N-word. He decided to put a tack on the teacher desk. Teacher sit down. He scream or whatever, and Malcolm get expelled. Because he shouldn't have put the tack on his chair. But again, everybody called him the N-word. Everybody disrespected him. He went to go stay at this detention home. At the detention home, he said that the white people there treated him like he was an animal. Like, I can understand how that feels. Basically, he said they treated him like an animal. They treated him like they would talk about anything in front of him. He said that he heard some people say, "I don't understand how those niggers can be so happy and poor." He said he heard somebody say that at the detention home. And again, more negative experiences with the white man. And then as he was like having all these negative experiences, his sister from Boston named Ella came to visit him, and this was out of the blue. So this really uplifted his spirit, like his sister. And then before she left, his sister said, "You should come visit me in Boston sometime, or you should come visit me in Boston for the summer." So that's what he did. He got on a plane, no, got on a train, went to Boston, and while he was out there, first of all, he liked being around his sister. He said that she was like a very powerful black woman, and I don't know, that's amazing to imagine during the civil rights movement, like a strong black woman. She was independent. She, man, she had 3 divorces. Like she went through like 3 dudes. Like they could not deal with her. But so yeah, so he liked being out there with his sister in Boston. And while he was out there, he also saw like mixed couples once in a while. It was just a better environment in Boston. Then he went back to the detention home after the summer because he was only there for the summer. So after the summer, he went back and he just didn't like it. Like they kept calling him the N word, all type of stuff. and they started noticing like a change in his attitude. Like at first, again, they treated him like a dog, like a puppy. Like they would call him into the room, like, "Come here, Malcolm," and then he said they would examine him up and down, like, "Wow, you're really growing." You know what I'm saying? Touching his cheeks, and, you know what I'm saying, like a dog. Like that's how they do. But look, so he had to come back to that environment after being with his sister in Boston and liking it out there. So he started getting like he started getting mad pretty much, and they was asking him what's wrong. He wouldn't tell nobody. And then I guess I don't know how, but I think he suggested it, or he told his sister, like, I want to go live with Ella in Boston. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they made happen. Ella was old enough. Some of the little kids, like when I say little kids, I mean Malcolm Little, like Malcolm's family siblings. Some of the little kids like were old enough to go, like they were old enough where they didn't have to go through no foster care system, because remember they got separated from their parents. So some of them were old enough where they didn't have to get foster care. Ella was one of them. So she eventually, like, now Malcolm went to go live with his sister Ella. And while he was living with her, like, just a lot of stuff happened. Like, this book talks about everything that has to do with Malcolm X. I think it's important for people to understand this story, because I think it'll let you. It's kind of like getting another perspective. Like a lot of times people just think about, like, I know me being a black person, I know a lot of black people who just think negatively about white people, but this book, like, it really will correct it, because you see that it's not really so much as, first of all, the goal is to come together. Period. That's the ultimate goal, for all people to come together. So if you're doing anything to hinder that, you know what I'm saying, then you the problem. Period. And I'm not saying, like, I understand that some people, you know what I'm saying, I understand that at times we see like white people doing us wrong and stuff like that. My thing is, like, you should want to be independent anyways. Like, we can be independent and have our own thing and still respect each other. That's how I feel. So I feel like people need to focus on building their own stuff, and we can come together on a professional level and respect each other. Doesn't mean we need to be buddy buddy, because maybe it's possible, maybe it's not possible. I don't know. I don't care. I just know I just know that the ultimate goal is to come together and have peace for all human beings. Peace and, like, sustainability and food for all human beings. We should all be able to live comfortably. And part of that is being able to get along. This book tells you so much, like, straight facts. Like, a lot of times people be thinking stuff is like conspiracies, and no, this book tell you right here, like, white people was not hiring black people. This is why black people be having to turn to a life of crime. Y'all don't they give us kind of an opportunity, but it's like, I don't know, it's financial barriers. It's not really, we just don't, we just get the short end of the stick every time, you know what I mean? Like, so they say that, of course, you're going to get the short end of the stick in somebody else's, you know what I'm saying? If you coming into somebody else's thing, like, if I invite you into my stuff, why would I bring you in as an executive? You're going to start off at the bottom level. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think. That's what I think it is on their end. But they say, why even be pulled in? You know what I'm saying? Why even accept the invitation? Build your stuff over here. Let them have their stuff. Become self-dependent, self-reliant, and clean up your act. Put the drugs down. Put the no, not put the guns down, but defend yourself. And don't aim at your brother. Don't aim at your brethren. Yeah, we have our problems in the streets, but streets gotta come together, man. Ultimate goal is to come together. If we can't even come together amongst our own, how are we supposed to come together with other people? That's we gotta learn how to respect each other. And I honestly do truly believe that the first step to us coming together is through acquiring knowledge together, through reading books. That's why I started this book club. Reading is more enjoyable when you could do it with other people. You learn more when you could talk about it with other people. If you enjoy reading, if you want to read with me, click the link in the description, join my book club. Also, if you support what I'm doing and want to help me spread positivity in the streets and bring people together, get you a bookmark. They're all unique, have my contact information. They're only $4. Click the link in the description. But going back to this book, like overall, I really enjoyed this book. After reading this, I really do feel like I know who Malcolm X is, like as a person, and that's an amazing thing to be able to say. To say that you feel like you know somebody who's gone. Books are so powerful. This book is his essence. Literally, it's his spirit. When you read this stuff, when you read people books, you letting them into your mind, and by doing that, you letting them into your soul. You taking in their spirit. That's why I say I literally feel like I know Malcolm X as a person. Literally, they tell you everything about him. He said my favorite number is 7. He said my favorite number is 7. Literally, that's a quote. He probably didn't say it. Okay, he said like I've always had a special connection with the number 7, but he's basically saying my favorite number is 7. Like they tell you everything. Even when they telling you when he telling you what his favorite number is, that lets you know that he's opening up like completely, and that's wow. To be able to do that, that's amazing. But yeah, this is the story he was telling Alex Haley. This is during the time when they was after him. He was afraid he was gonna die. He gave us everything he could. He put everything he could into this book, literally. Click the link in the description. Get your copy of this book. Let's read it together. Join my book club. Hope to see all of y'all there, man. As always, I love y'all. Have a good one. Peace. If you want to read along with me, click the link in the description. Join my book club. Also, if you support what I'm doing, want to help me spread positivity in the streets, bring people together, and encourage people to read more, get yourself a bookmark. Each bookmark is completely unique, has my contact information on it, and they're only $4. Click the link in the description. Hope to see all of you guys there. As always, I love y'all. Have a good one. Peace.